They'll be calling you a radical. Of course, we know what that is. The close moon. So there's a lot going on at play. So with the Trump transition, the Yucca Mountain thesis is back alive. That's going to come into play just like I said it would when Rat Harry Reid. You know, everybody that's Yucca Mountain deniers, okay, anti-Yucca. You know, which I really don't know if it'll happen or not because it's already going to whip. Wow. So the National March and Symphony with the water rights. And I want people to understand, private property? No. I was in D.C. with the leader of the whole group. Her and I stood together for 2 days. It's about underground. You don't own under thing. Look, you own your property. This is the United States. Like you go to Ireland, they'll say, how come you guys can't own anything? Property tax? Underneath the ground is a different right. Mineral rights, water rights are different than property rights. This is a battle between water rights because the aquifers flow. You don't own the water directly under your house. I got news for you. It's like the water out there where I live on the family farm. The water that we own on our water right is literally 100 miles away. I mean, the water flows. The Fukushima deniers, so I want to talk about this real quick. It's about GWEN is past 61 of cancer. I think it's irony because Miles O'Brien is doing his 5-year dog and pony show on Fukushima. They're quoting, you know, Ken Buesler again. You know, when I was in Virginia, I was hooked up. Randomly, I hooked up with a young attorney for Woods Holes. You can't make this shit up. At the CINAC freaking Ratville. So, wow. They're so captured. All these agencies are captured. So, I think it's irony. Now, Miles O'Brien lost his arm, right? Where was he at? Fukushima, and then he was at the Philippines. You know, I love all these people that go to Japan and they're in denial. Hello, the Pacific Ocean. It's just coincidence, right? So GWEN dies, one of the elegant class acts of this country, you know. I mean, at 61, the cancer epidemic post-Fukushima. Wow. I hope you can see it. Holy fuck. Okay, so you're telling me that this is all just coincidence. Buesler, all of them. The incredible collapse, the Great Pacific Genocide, is the prophet Blanche has hypothesized in incredible detail because I'm down there doing all the work. The plume, there's no back end. And it's like you can physically see the plume. Well, what's the plume? We know as one species goes away, healthy species go away, invasive species take the field, right? It's called pond scum. It's black. Please. It's like everybody arguing with me. Scientists are baffled, they're mystified, they're stumped. Please, come on. These animals are starving to death. It's like somebody, you know, puts out a pretty drone of these animals all feeding on fish. They're fighting over the last fish. Finally, a scientist come out and agreed with Kevin Blanch, says, yes, the orcas are starving to death. I said it for years. I says in 2016, we'll know. We're gonna know. We're gonna know. Because salmon go to sea for 5 years. Look at the collapse. The greatest year-over-year collapse. I'm telling you, it's a catastrophe. This is you know, Barack Obama's legacy. What did he do? Cover up Fukushima. You know, Donald Trump, will he play ball? Of course he'll play ball. You know how much real estate value he owns on the coast? My prediction is this. Donald Trump will be the second president in U.S. history to go bankrupt while in office. You heard me right. I've went over his balance sheet. He has $25 million in cash. That's it. That's it. $25 million. The rest is real estate balloon bubbled up bullshit. So let me tell you about the real estate bubbled up bullshit. This real estate bubble's going to fucking burst. And that's why California is in denial, because they all know. There's been more whales wash up dead on the coast of California in the last 2 years, months, than the previous 300 years combined. The salmon, I mean, the tide pools are dead, so I'm headed to Carmel. I'm headed to California. I'll be documented because we're going to get some lower tide where we can get some real good looks, because I'm the only one that has documented this catastrophe in proper detail. You know, I've been on this since the day it happened, traveling, you know, right down to predicting my own cancer. It's going to give you leukemia. It's going to, surviving a cancer, it's unsurvivable. I've been in bone marrow. I was in a bone marrow transplant center for a long time, coming in and out, and going to California, documenting the Great Pacific Genocide. I saw it. I was the first one talking about the dead starfish, first one talking about the dead tide pools, first one talking about the starving to death sea lions, elephant seals, first one talking about the dead whales, you know. And then it's, I mean, because I'm there, I'm doing the work. You know, you can regurgitate and go in denial all you want. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. It's an iconic time we live in. You know, to the young feminists, it's about time you woke up. You know, because that's what changed the world. And Donald Trump has the chance to be Teddy Roosevelt. Oh yeah. Or he has a chance to be Barack Obama. Barack Obama is the biggest letdown in human history. I'm telling you, what a scam he was. The old timers used to call it your Constitution. Well, he had none. He had no backbone, he had no spine, he had no Constitution. No balls, you know. He's a good team player. This globalist regime's coming apart. Look, come on, Donald Trump's a pro-tariff guy like Hamilton. I love how the GOP's been tricked. They'll turn on him when he puts tariffs up. He's a Hamiltonian. You know, look up the Tariff Act of 1789. You don't even know what a tariff is. I'm the guy that got Hamilton's grave restored in New York. You know, the revolution has begun. The post-ignorance revolution has begun. You know, it began on March 5th. And I want to say this to the fake anonymous keyboarders, all that. You know nothing, you know. We need you. We need you armchair activists. We need you, you know, keyboard activists. But let's get real. So back to California, USS Reagan trial's getting ready to go. It's going to be a big deal. We're waiting for the ruling. Might even come down today. The word I get, the ruling's going to come this week on the appeal of the appeal. So you guys go in denial when, I love it when Trump puts up his tariffs. And you know, Jared, his son-in-law, I call him Josh, but Jared, let me tell you about Jared. You know, his father went to prison. That's him for the, you know, witness tampering, you know, the real estate, 666 Times Square. That's him. You know, he's Orthodox Jew, so is Trump's daughter. You know, they're raising a baby, and that's cool. You know, the old, come on. You know, I spent half my life in Manhattan. I know what Trump is. You know, he's an old Manhattanite. He's a Hamiltonian. You know, he's going to put Tariff Act 1789. Jared's a Democrat. One of the strongest progressive Democrats. He's in the White House running the show. You know, his super PAC's called the Democrats Against the Republican Party. Trump had you. You know, I'm all for his rhetoric. Just to blow up the RNC, the DNC, because the globalists need to blow up. Now let's see if he's all top. This real estate bubble is going to burst. It's an epic time in this country. So, you know, the Great Pacific Genocide, I'm all for Pipeline Brian. I'm going to support them. I'll stand with them in Symphony because they're native like me. But I'm all about the real catastrophe called the nuclear industry. The Great Pacific Genocide. You can go into denial all you want. Since 1948, right? Remember the Do-Nothing Congress and Truman's whistle-stop speeches, the Do-Nothing Congress? Well, you're so asleep and you're so caught up. And like you said, you're so ignorant, the whole populace. You hate Congress, 90% disapproval, the biggest disapproval in history. You re-elected 95% of Congress. Presidents wield very little power. Very, very little. Congress wields power. And you must like it. You must like it because you re-elected them all. So stand tuned. You know, the dog and pony show goes on. You know, Ken Buser, it is what it is. And I'd like to say this, PBS, CBS, ABC, NBC, nobody pays any attention to you lying fucks anyway. CNN, everybody's on to you. Fuck, you can say whatever you want. Everybody knows you're fucking liars by now. Everybody knows. And you know, all the madness on YouTube, whatever, but we wade through the muck. This is about, you know, you gotta do the work. You gotta do the work. You gotta do the work. See you soon in California. We'll document some more tide pools because they're all empty and dead. Stand tuned.